what these amazing students have accomplished over their years or year with student leadership at Johns Creek is they were letting their light shine, and tonight that light is going to shine very, very brightly. So again, welcome to Chattahoochee High School. Welcome to the graduation. It's my distinct honor at this time to call up Mr. Roger Wise, who is a Chattahoochee parent alumni. We're very proud that we can call him part of the Hooch family. Mr. Wise will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Hi there, good evening. I would first off like to thank Mr. Corrigan and Chattahoochee High School for hosting the SLJC graduation and induction this year. Thank you, Mr. Corrigan, for your continuous support of this incredible program. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Avery Wexler, and I'm a senior at Johns Creek High School. Tonight I have the honor of introducing a very special man who strongly believes in paying your civic rent, cares deeply about Georgia, veterans issues, and luckily SLJC. Mr. Wise is a respected civic leader who is involved in governmental affairs, serves as a national ambassador for Shriners Hospitals, and is a U.S. Army veteran. Mr. Wise is a well-known figure at the state capitol, as well as city halls across North Fulton. I have learned so much from this amazing man and appreciate his continuous guidance and support of SLJC. Here is Mr. Roger Wise.
We're blessed. I have the pleasure, and it is an absolute pleasure, of working with our student leaderships. I go home and I tell my wife, we're in good hands. We are in good hands. We've got some quality young people that are coming to fill the roles and do the job. I'm a veteran, Vietnam era, medical corps. I'm a proud veteran. Freedom is not free, folks. Someone has to pay for it. So I'd like all the veterans in the room to please rise. We salute you. We salute you and thank you for your service to our country. When you see a veteran, walk up to them and say thank you for your service to our country. When you see one in uniform, salute them and thank them for their service to our country. Remembering freedom is not free. So now everyone else, on your feet, that means stand up. Once a sergeant, always a sergeant. Join these great patriots in pledging the flag of the greatest country in the world, the United States of America. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America. I want to share with you something that was given to me by a high school student, Julia S. Kramer. I can, but I won't. I can sit because they fought for us. I can sit because the freedom rings from mountaintop to mountaintop. I can sit because of rights and liberties we all share. I can sit because of our bright futures. But I chose to stand because they fought for us. For the millions that served, to fight for the red, white, and blue. I chose to stand because freedom rings from mountaintop to mountaintop. From valley to valley, far and wide, for all citizens. I chose to stand because of rights and liberties we all share. freedom of speech, like Jefferson said, it will. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I chose to stand for our bright future. Were it not for our past we learn from, then how can we change? I chose to stand because of those who cannot. I chose to stand because of my grandparents' sacrifices. I chose to stand for the men and women that got buried for this country. One nation with liberty and justice for all. That's what we've got in our student leadership groups, ladies and gentlemen, and it makes me proud to work with them on a daily basis.
Good evening. My name is Caitlin Jung and I attend Northview High School. It is my honor to introduce the President of Leadership Johns Creek, Ms. Erica Billett. A graduate of Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis. Currently, she is a member of the Apogee Physicians, a national hospitalist management group, and the American College of Healthcare Executives. Previously, she was part of the Shared Service Department at the Suburban Health Organization and was the administrative resident of Hendricks Regional Health. A woman of profound work experiences both in and out of healthcare and leadership organizations, I present to you the President of Leadership Johns Creek, Ms. Erica Billett.
Good evening. On behalf of the Board for Leadership Johns Creek, thank you for joining us this evening, celebrating the students graduating in this two-year program. Since we have guests and visitors here tonight, I want to give a brief, quick overview of the program. It was implemented in 2012 as a result of Leadership Johns Creek adult program success. Thanks to Ron Jones' vision and support from Johns Creek community, the program is now in its 6th year and has become highly recognized due to its achievements. Student leadership program. Say what you did. Can you say what you did?
Hi, I'm Helen Swigert. I was in charge of the bake sale, and so for our bake sale, we went to Newtown Park one day, and we set up for about 4 to 5 hours, and we ended up raising over $100 that day, and we're already able to send back through Swearin's purse. Hi, I'm Bailey Peppermill. My main project in my group was working with a nail salon, and I partnered with a nail salon, and they gave me a donation. They gave our group a donation of $250, and I sort of advertised their nail salon because they're kind of new in the community. They did a 30% off menu things for prom, so I put up posters and helped get the word out about the new salon around our school. And they gave us a generous donation of $250.
I partnered with Moe's. Moe's is right next to our high school, so we had a spirit night with Moe's, and we raised about $130 from them.
Hi, I'm Brady Williams, and I set up Hat Day for my group. One day we did $1 for someone to wear like a hat all day, and this makes a lot of money. I don't know if this was our goal. That's all, thank you.
Chattahoochee High School, and I would like to present to you Johns Creek High School's class of 2019's projects. So for Johns Creek Group 1, we have Ryan Clapper, Evan Penn, Sam Bacall, Cece Crumley, Ariana Gupta, and Preeti Kathargan.
evening, parents and dignitaries and fellow SLJC members. On behalf of my group, we would like to thank Ms. Sanders for allowing us to be able to do this project that we did. We ran a book drive for Girls Incorporated of Atlanta and collected over 400 books to give to them from people in our community, and they gave them to us. We at Girls Incorporated learned about the core fundamentals they had there from teaching girls more education than they were receiving in schools, and setting them up with life skills that they'll have for the rest of their life.
And while we were there, we learned a lot about the program. We learned that it focuses mainly on enrichment activities for young girls who come from not great homes, so it instills really important values in young girls from the ages kindergarten to 12th grade. And when we were there, we dropped the books off and we had the opportunity to read a couple books to the girls. And we were also able to talk to, this is the director of programs at Girls Incorporated of Atlanta, and she was great, and she talked to us more about what the message and the mission of the program, and it was really great talking to her. She was awesome. We also got to interview a couple of the girls there, which is going to come in at the end. They just talk about how what they've learned through Girls Incorporated of Atlanta, and
what we found very interesting is because when you look at Girls Incorporated on the outside, it may look like just a aftercare center, an after-school center, or a daycare center. But if you look more into it, as Michelle Graves so clearly stated, that this is so much more than that. This is about instilling a sense of purpose, a sense of confidence, a sense of of going places in the world, and having this knowledge and having this self-power, basically, that these girls can do whatever their heart desire, and that they can do something great, even if they do come from maybe troubled homes or not. It doesn't matter, and that these are they form camaraderie and something that's very special, which you don't find in other after-school centers, which we found very interesting.
Hi, so we worked very closely with Miss Michelle Graves. She was the director of programs, and we learned a lot more about Girls Incorporated, as my group member said before. But more than just Girls Incorporated, we learned a lot about leadership through this project. By hosting the book drive, we learned a lot about teamwork, getting the word out, and we actually collected over 300 books. So it'll really help them. We worked in their library, and we helped set up their library. We learned a lot about the importance of communication, and we really learned about how great it is to give back to the community.
Next we have Johns Creek High School Group 2, and that group has Sean Park, Nick Newberg, Monsi Gupta, Olivia Logan, Kate Powers, and Sarah McWhorter.
Our group calls ourselves Back to the Past because we went to Alto Senior Living and we interviewed a couple residents there about their past. They really enjoyed telling us stories about themselves and things that they did back then that really had an influence in their community. We also asked them about advice that they have for future generations because we compiled a website using their interviews and facts about their life in order to show younger kids how they can be leaders and how they can follow their advice.
So the website we put together, we did it because a lot of the stuff that the residents talked about, we felt that we couldn't truly encompass that in a 2-minute video, so we put it all on the website, and it has a brief overview of the project and what we learned, as well as the video, and it has a full biographies of the residents that we interviewed.
We learned so much from the residents, particularly from their life stories. Lots of them have been veterans, so we learned a lot about bravery and courage from them. And in addition, we were really able to benefit our communities because the residents got a lot out of speaking to us. There's this one resident who went by Pops, and some of the other residents said they had never seen him speak before, but he spoke for almost an hour about his life story, and it was really incredible.
One part of this project that really stood out to me was just like, I could definitely tell that sometimes they get lonely in the assisted living home, and sometimes they just needed somebody to talk to. And it was pretty clear when we asked their name and got their whole life story that sometimes they just want somebody to talk to. So it was great to see the smiles on their face when we left.
This project had an impact on us, and it was really cool to be able to go and talk to the residents and listen to their stories, and we were able to learn lots of life skills and leadership skills from them, and we are able to now apply those skills to our lives today.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pooja Bickerman, and I'm a senior at Northview High School. And it fills me with great pride to introduce the first Northview group, which is called Trekkers for Traffic. It includes Kelsey An, Nathaniel Alamayu, Madison Brown, Shashank Ganeshan, Diyuti Gopalakrishna, and Neha Gubaraj.
Good evening, once again. My name is Judy Gopalakrishna. We represent Student Leadership, Northview Group 1. Now, our project is a little different this year than other years. We worked with Johns Creek City Councilman Chris Coughlin to develop a Walk to School initiative for local schools in our city. We hosted Walk to School events at Dolvin and OC Elementary this year, with several hundred kids walking to school during each event. To document the success of our project, we created a video to share with you all, but unfortunately it's not working, so we'd like to say a few words about what we did.
For our group project, we worked on a Walk to School initiative with the Johns Creek City Councilman Chris Coughlin, as well as Nicole Hollis and Marielena Gutierrez. The goal of the program was to decrease air pollution, decrease morning traffic, and initiate a culture change in which students and parents feel more comfortable utilizing and expanding infrastructure like sidewalks and a mode of transportation.
Along with a group of adult volunteers, we split up and went early in the morning to different schools such as OC and Dolvin Elementary, where we were tasked with different jobs. For example, some of us counted the number of kids who came, others helped distribute prizes like light-up reflectors to kids and Chick-fil-A cards to parents, and some served as crossing guards to help students safely cross streets to school.
After our first Walk to School event, our group reflected on what we learned from participating in the initiative. Throughout the process of implementation, we improved on many leadership skills, including project management, team building, and goal setting. We exhibited these skills when working with fellow students and Councilman Chris Coughlin to achieve our goal of teaching kids the importance of walking to school and its mental and physical benefits.
Overall, our entire project has just been a lot of fun, and it's been incredible to see the impact our collective effort has had on the community. Definitely waking up early in the morning, volunteering in the freezing cold weather, meeting after school at various Panera meetings. All of that was definitely worth it when we see 400 kids, elementary students with their parents walking, biking, or skating to school. And as we've seen the program grow throughout only this year, its first year, we're really excited for what it can do in the future, as many high schools, elementary schools, and middle schools are very, very interested.
Northview named the Drake House Project, which includes Amshu Chakrabarti, Anirudh Gupta, Caitlin Jung, Anuya Kasam, Rory Pan, and Livia Tibulak. Let's give them a round of applause.
Good evening. My name is Caitlin Jung, and I am a sophomore at Northview High School. For this year's SLJC project, we had the opportunity to partner with the marvelous organization, the Drake House. It first began with the North Fulton Chamber of Commerce in 2004 with Director Christy Merritt leading the whole team. And in June, it will be celebrating its 12th year. It's a marvelous organization that provides care and emergency housing to homeless single moms and children in North Fulton. It provides 1 to 2 bedroom apartments, but specifically the area we worked with were the children, which was in coordination with Miss Caroline Coe. From first 7 to now 20 children, this program supports full-time working parents, especially those who earn lower income.
So what we wanted to do is to teach these kids leadership qualities through fun activities. On Halloween, we first met the kids, and we introduced ourselves and then began with our first activity, which was pumpkin painting. And what we did here was we just gave them the pumpkins to paint and let them do what we want, because this was to emphasize creativity. And creativity is a key quality in leadership, because sometimes in order to solve problems, you have to think a lot about it and be creative.
After the pumpkin painting, we went on to mummy wrapping and relay racing. And this was just to emphasize the importance of teamwork in leadership. Without teamwork, one can motivate people to a common purpose, and that's the whole point of leadership, to get something done with a common purpose and lead a team. And so teamwork was a great lesson to teach them, and we taught them through many activities like that.
So in December, we did holiday-related activities with the kids, and one of these was creating snowflakes out of popsicle sticks and letting them paint them and decorate them. And another thing we did was helping them write Christmas cards, because some of them are really young and they don't know how to spell or they don't know proper grammar yet, so we helped them do that.
And of course, we tried to tie in some educational opportunities, like teaching them how snowflakes are formed in real life and the science behind religion that they love.
This February was Black History Month, so in our February program date, we decided to make a theme of Black history. So we first started with making a craft, the Dove of Peace, which is the national symbol for Black History Month. And it was amazing seeing little kids craft wings and use puffballs and see the smiles on their faces, knowing that they were creating a most important symbol. And we followed with playing a trivia game on the various prominent African American figures in the United States throughout history, including Frederick Douglass and Martin Luther King Jr. And it was so cool to be able to see these 7- and 8-year-old kids know so much about American history. It made me feel really good as a young adult, knowing that the future generations know so much about history. And we ended with talking about leadership and how important it is to exemplify leadership qualities starting from a young age. So we had them all write down what leadership means to them in index cards, and we basically sat in a circle and passed around them and talked about how important it is to be a leader in the community and be a leader for the rest of their lives. So speaking for the entire group, we had such an amazing experience with these kids, and even after SJC, after a group project, we know that we'll be back volunteering with them again because they had such a huge impact on our lives. Thank you guys.
Hi, I'm AJ Madjanar, and I'm a senior at Chattahoochee High School, and I'm going to be introducing Chattahoochee's Class 1. Sid Balaga, Aaron Chang, Adiba Duda, Emily Guo, Srija Sengupta, and Emily Nusku.
Hi, we're Chattahoochee Group 1, and for our project, we wanted to give back to Johns Creek in an exciting way. So most of us are very active in our community, and so we wanted to take the active part very literally, and we organized a 5K fundraiser on the behalf of North Fulton Community Charities. Along the way, we learned how to handle things when they don't go exactly as planned, and we are proud to present our project to you tonight. We actually had a really nice soundtrack in the background, but for now you'll just have to deal with our voices.
So one of the most crucial parts of this 5K run was finding sponsors and fundraising for the run itself. Two of our sponsors were the Tsinghua Alumni Association and Chipotle. We actually organized a spirit night at Chipotle, and from that we raised over $130.
Besides fundraising using a Chipotle night, we also had other sponsors help give us resources. Two of them are Big Peach Running Company and the Tsinghua Alumni Association. They helped us get the resources in order to make our 5K run from an idea into a reality. Once we had our 5K run, it was a lot of work, but we managed to pull it off. We raised over $400 total just from fundraising and from people registering. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And in addition to helping us raise hundreds of dollars for a great cause, this project taught us several life and leadership lessons, including that it's not always an easy task to get the entire community to come together, but it's definitely worth it, and also spending time with friends and family doesn't have to be just hanging out and goofing off, but rather we can all compile our efforts to change the world. Thank you.
And now for Chattahoochee Group 2. Donnie Gu, Sehun Park, Suraj Paramani, Manisha Kudamari, Marie Stabler, and Sindhu Tunki.
We're Chattahoochee Group 2, and for our group project, we decided to give back to the community in the way we thought was most meaningful. Johns Creek is a community with a high percentage of seniors, and oftentimes our older population is forgotten. We wanted to conduct some activities that not only helped our seniors feel more relaxed and intellectually stimulated, but also to bridge the long-standing generational gap. Please observe.
For our student leadership project, we wanted to give back to Johns Creek as a community. With a higher senior population, unfortunately, most of our elders were left in environments that aren't stimulating or inspiring, and their contact with adolescents is minimal at best. Therefore, we wanted to conduct some activities such as watercolor painting, baking, and board gaming that would give all our seniors all of the inspiration and relaxation they need into their old ages.
We knew that sometimes they may feel lonely or bored staying in a senior center. So we wanted to be able to do something fun and relaxing activities with them, such as meditating, baking, bingo, or painting. And it was really nice being able to make them smile and laugh. And Gloria, one of the seniors, couldn't find anything to paint, so she decided to paint a portrait of me, saying that I was prettier than Mona Lisa. And for them to be able to talk about their lives and interests made us feel like they really enjoyed the activities too.
Together, we assisted the seniors and provided them entertainment and ways to keep their minds active, including bingo and water painting. We also learned a lot about leading, in that we both led the seniors in activities, telling them what to do at times, as well as allowing them to flourish on their own creativity. I remember this opportunity as the first that gave me the chance to work with different people and have an incredible impact on their lives.
This has been a wonderful opportunity for all of us to be able to be part of the greatest aspect of Johns Creek, and that's community building. Throughout this activity, we've been able to connect with the elders of Sunrise by being able to have a great time with them through several different activities that help establish what I call a forever lasting bond. Finally, we realize how impactful a few words of their wisdom have become on our actions and our day-to-day life.
I am very pleased to have had this opportunity with working with such amazing seniors. It is amazing just to sit back and listen to their stories about their past. It really makes you think, when you wake up each day, to live life to the fullest and do all that you can while it's still an opportunity. I became very close with a lady named Miss Barbara because she not only had the same name as my grandmother, but she also had the same demeanor as my grandmother. She came into an issue that she didn't know what to draw, so together we drew trees, and she currently has the picture of the tree still in her room, and I know she will never forget that experience, and I know personally I will never forget that because it's left a huge mark on my life to just remember to live life as big as possible. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Kriti Kathari, and I am a junior at Johns Creek High School. This year, I, along with Nathaniel Alamayu, Caroline Custis, Adiva Dutta, Anirudh Gupta, Caitlin Jung, Olivia Logan, Sarah McWhorter, and Liz Wong, was chosen to represent Student Leadership Johns Creek in the Secretary of State Ambassador Program. This program encourages student involvement in leadership, service, and politics. And they do this by hosting a statewide competition each year. This year, I'm very proud to say that Student Leadership Johns Creek won first place in this competition. Being in Student Leadership Johns Creek definitely gave us a unique perspective. Being in Student Ambassador Program definitely gave us a unique perspective on state and local government and politics. In fact, one of our biggest achievements this year was hosting the first ever student-led mayoral and city council debate for the city of Johns Creek. We participated in the Johns Creek city elections, and for this major event, we were recognized by the Fulton County Board of Education, Johns Creek Rotary Club, and Johns Creek City Council. The success of our first debates also gave us the opportunity to help with multiple other debates during election season as well. Furthermore, we also hosted many voter registration drives, a healthcare policy forum at Northview High School, and service projects at Newtown Park. Many of us also addressed City Council during one of their sessions to talk about important public policy issues. As an ambassador, we were given the opportunity to page for the Georgia legislature. In early March, I paged for the Georgia Senate, and over there, I got to see how the Senate works firsthand. And I ran bills to and from the Senate floor. Through experiences like these, I truly understood the importance of being involved in politics, and over the course of the year, I witnessed the large impacts that students, even groups as small as ours, could have on politics. While we have certainly accomplished a lot as part of this program, one of my greatest takeaways will be truly understanding the meaning of the word community. Throughout this program, I have learned more about the city of Johns Creek and its diverse residents. I have also found a sense of community with my fellow ambassadors. Without our teamwork, dedication, and most importantly, our many meetings at the Johns Creek Chamber of Commerce, we would have never been able to win the state competition. Finally, I would like to say a personal thank you to Ms. Sanders. Without her guidance and enthusiasm, we would have never stood a chance in this competition. Ms. Sanders, could you please come up here? We have a little something for you to thank you. Ms. Sanders was the reason. I really think that she was the reason why we won. So, yeah. Also, to end this, it's truly been an honor to be a Secretary of State Student Ambassador. I would definitely recommend everyone who can to apply during the summer. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Lauren Ridley. And I'm Anna Smith, and we're juniors at Centennial High School. We have the pleasure to introduce the graduating class of 2020. Please make your way to the risers. Marissa Fish, Catherine Gray, Alex Green, Ariel Harper, Jayla Melvin, Carter Smith,
Lucy Turner,
Bodana Veramachini,
Maggie Wall,
Wilson Williams,
and Jake Whitaker.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Peyton Anderson.
My name is Janet Long.
And it is our pleasure to announce the Johns Creek High School students who will be participating in the 2020 Student Leadership Johns Creek class. Classmates, please come forward as your name is called.
And audience, please hold all of your applause until the end. So first we have Samantha Breslow.
Liam Rito.
David Hiss.
Georgie Yamadani.
Kian Kermani.
Amir Khan.
Ronak Kumar.
Ethan Mendoya.
Sajan Parikh.
Viraj Rangnekar.
Olivia Sanford.
And Nikhil Paul.
Please join us as we applaud and welcome to the Student Leadership Johns Creek class of 2020.
I'm Sarah Mahajan, and we're seniors at Chatham Street High School.
And we have the pleasure of introducing the rising class of 2017. Dhruv Anand. Joseph Flagler. Kaylee D'Souza. Eliza Imhoff. Linda Jawar. And Will Johnson.
Siri Kankala, Malika Kankar, Natasha Mohanty, Lindsay Morris, Megna Potopucci, and Anastasia Viria Skina.
Please join us as we applaud and welcome.
My name is Nina Chetty.
And I'm Drew Hoffman.
And we are seniors at Northview High School.
We are incredibly honored to introduce the Northview class.
Gearing up for next year's program. If you're interested in becoming a sponsor or patron support, please let us know. We are a not-for-profit 501c3 that operates on a lean, efficient budget. We'd also like to recognize a few special guests who at nearly every student event have supported us in so many ways and have a special place in our hearts. Mayor Mike Bodker, Johns Creek City Council, Superintendent Dr. Jeff Rose, Linda McCain, Cliff Jones, Mr. Roger Wise, Brian Kemp, Lynn Riley, Liz Hausman, Mr. Ted Jackson, Student Leadership Advisory Committee, Randy Nagler, Ron Jones, Dr. Linda Anderson, Kelly Parker, and Cindy Eads. This committee volunteers their time to help Irene manage over 90 teenagers a year. So, last but not least, our 4 school principals, our high school sponsors, and of course parents who have raised outstanding children. Now to the stars of the show, the students graduating. On behalf of the board, leadership alumni, and all those here for you, we congratulate you tonight. Thank you for representing student leadership in a respectful, professional manner. This program is competitive. It is challenging. You knew that going in. Once you accepted the program, you gave it your all. You are all confident, motivated, and smart. You know this and are often praised for your achievements. But please keep in mind what people remember most is respect and how you treat them. Be kind to one another. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Sophia Gurin, and I'm a junior at Johns Creek High School. The next recipient of this very beautiful picture is someone very near and dear to SLJC's heart. As a member of the original Chamber of Commerce's program, Leadership Johns Creek, he saw tremendous potential in a similar program for high school students. After meeting with Fulton County officials and studying other programs for 18 months, Student Leadership Johns Creek was born. He said the goal of SLJC is to provide leadership skills that will make them more effective leaders and become catalysts for change in their communities. I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, feel like a leader right now. So let's all give a warm welcome to Mr. Ron Jones, founder of SLJC.
Thank you for this opportunity to see another great class move forward and begin to take the reins of the leadership of our schools, of our cities and states. And we have a tremendous class this year, but you know, we could not do it without the public partnership that we have with supporters that make this happen. So I want to recognize our major financial supporters tonight: Emory Johns Creek Hospital, Gwinnett Medical Center, AT&T, Jacobs Engineering, and I want to recognize especially some of the school leaders that continue every year to support this program. Linda McCain, the Fulton County School Board Vice President, Cliff Jones, Fulton County Area Superintendent. But we also recognize that we need the support of the principals. And the principals and their assistant principals are down here. I'm going to ask you if you would stand right now. Principals all together, stand. 1, 2, 3. And the assistant principals, Susan, Amanda, if you all would stand. Kitty Crummey. Chattahoochee High School. Chris Shearer, High School. Ryan Downey, represented by Susan Walker tonight of Northview High School. And we also have the school assistant principals who are so such a valuable help to us throughout the year. Amanda Sprock from Centennial, right down here. Amanda Lyle Chattahoochee, right here. Gloria Weinbeck of Mountain Creek, she's on the lake. And Susan Walker of Northview. Thank you all very much, and you may be seated. That's all I have to say.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Zhang, and I'm a junior at Johns Creek High School. I have the honor tonight of introducing our next speaker, Mayor Mike Barker, who since 2006 has served as Johns Creek's first and only mayor. Through his work as chairman of the committee for Johns Creek, he led the effort to pass a referendum vote on cityhood. Since then, he was inaugurated as Georgia Municipal Association's 83rd president, and as a result, was inducted to the Georgia Municipal Hall of Fame. Mayor Barker also serves on the leadership of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. With his passion and dedication, he has become a central figure in Johns Creek. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Barker.
Wow. I am always blown away at a student leadership Johns Creek event, and I think that if I just quickly scan the crowd and look who's here from what we would call our dignitary class, I think it's pretty obvious there's a lot more people than just me who are impressed by this. What a program. What a class. But let me first say thank you to all the parents for your support, because without your support, the kids wouldn't have had this journey. For those who are graduating and for those who are on sort of the first year of the journey, they wouldn't have had the opportunity to start the process, which will end for them next year. And for those that are incoming, you have no idea what you're in for. So as we've talked about this program, I think the best way I can sum it up was I was recently out of state in Washington, D.C., attending a national conference of cities, and I was talking to the mayor of Macon, and standing next to him was a young lady. I didn't really know how old. And she looked at me and she said, she saw the pen, and she said, Johns Creek, what do you have to do with Johns Creek? And I said, well, a little bit, I'm the mayor. And she said, hey, you know those student leadership Johns Creek kids from Johns Creek? I'm really not happy with them. And I came to learn she was in student leadership student leadership down in the Macon area. So, not to overemphasize any one part of the program, to the ambassadors, I want to say congratulations. And also, I got to tell you, it made it a little uncomfortable to be in D.C. that day, but well worth it. So, in short, I just want to say how proud myself and the City Council are of each of the graduating seniors this year, of all the juniors that are in the program, and really everybody who's participated in this. I want to thank Irene and the leadership team, the adult leadership team, for all the hard work that you put in. I want to thank the Fulton County School System. I see our superintendent is here, for your support. I know you know this. This is unique. Or as we like to say in Johns Creek, this is exceptional. So congratulations. I wish you well in your future endeavors, and please don't ever hesitate to call on myself or our city council members or anybody if we can help you. Congratulations.
My name is Venetia Katamuri, and I attend Chattahoochee High School. I have the honor and pleasure of introducing Commissioner Lynn Riley from the Georgia Department of Revenue. Before joining the department, Commissioner Riley served for 4 years in the Georgia General Assembly as a representative of Johns Creek, where she was one of Governor Deal's floor leaders and served as a member of several congressional committees. I am extremely grateful for the incredible opportunity to intern under her at the Department of Revenue this summer. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Commissioner Lynn Riley.
Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction, and thank you, everyone in this room, for being here tonight. We are truly blessed in this city. I was speaking earlier when I arrived here at Chattahoochee High School that my family and I have lived in this community for 30 years. And when we first came to what is now this amazing, vibrant city of Johns Creek, there weren't any traffic lights. There wasn't any traffic. We didn't even have a high school within the borders of this community. And yet we have grown, we have flourished, most of it due to the amazing school system that we have nourished and that we have all profited from, one way or another, and our community receives the distinction that it does because of the amazing school system, the education that our children receive, and then all of the other investment that goes into it that makes us that best community. Parents, I want to thank you for the investment that you've made in your children, the inspiration that you provided, and how you can see the fruits of your labors in their leadership talents that we're celebrating here tonight. Students, congratulations. We as a community are so very proud of you. We are enjoying now watching the wonderful accomplishments that you've already achieved, and we cannot wait to see what's in your future and how we'll be able to celebrate all of those future successes together as you journey in life to greater and greater accomplishments. The best inspiration that I can think to share with you is to just enjoy every moment of life. Everything that you do is going to lead to better and better things, and I know you're going to enjoy every moment of the journey. I am so pleased to be here with you tonight as we celebrate today's success, and remember that the best truly is yet to come. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Matt Wozniak, and I'm currently a senior at Johns Creek High School. This is my second year participating in the Student Leadership Johns Creek program. I want to briefly thank Ms. Sanders and all of those who helped me throughout these 2 years. This program has made a significant impact on my life. Next, I have the honor of introducing Dr. Jeff Rose, the Fulton County Schools Superintendent. After graduating from Lewis and Clark College with a doctorate in education, Dr. Rose has worked in education for 21 years in a variety of roles, from classroom teacher to superintendent of schools. Among many other responsibilities as the superintendent, Dr. Rose leads and manages approximately 100,000 students across 105 schools, as well as 14,000 employees. Dr. Rose's primary focus is to ensure that all members of this community work towards a shared set of goals and priorities for the education of the next generation. He also believes that every student deserves the right for a quality education that will prepare them for college. Without further ado, please welcome Dr. Jeff Rose.
How are you? So I've had this amazing day so far. My day started and is now ending by talking with students. I will tell you that talking either to or with or at with students actually energizes me. So this is a fantastic, fantastic Wednesday. And this group is a bit tricky. I've been thinking about what would I say, and it's a bit tricky because I'm just not so sure I have really solid leadership advice for it. And the reason is, I think back to myself when I was in high school and I was not doing what you do. I did not have the perspective, I did not have the skills and maturity, and I did not have that commitment to serving that you do. In fact, I would tell you if your parents give you advice relative to how to serve and how to lead, and they describe this is what they did when they were younger, I would tell most of them are lying. And it's very true. So I will tell you that I don't speak at high school graduations. So far I've made a rule not to do that only because I think the event should really be focusing on students and not on adults speaking. So my goal tonight is to really keep my comments focused directly at students as our student leaders. So I will tell you that I have been following you. Irene does an amazing job making sure and constantly bragging and bringing you to the limelight. Constantly. So, by the way, she deserves a great deal of credit for doing that. I say this to students often, and apparently you figured this out, that your voice resonates very differently than mine, than adults, whether it be a school board member, whether it be one of our local leaders. The fact is, when students say something, people actually listen. They pay a great deal of attention to you. The power that you have in your voice is sometimes beyond what you would know. And I mention this to students. I don't necessarily have to mention it to you. And you potentially heard this quote by Gandhi, that you must be the change that you wish to see in the world. Well, your commitment to serving and showing that. We have this idea as a district. We want to be known for a few things, and one is community collaboration. What's interesting, though, is when we think about community collaboration, our concept is how do we collaborate with the community so that they are helping educate students with us. That's the concept. I think that you've turned it in a very different direction. Your focus is how do you collaborate by serving the community. Your list that you have accomplished, and I know there's many more, is just simply amazing. The first ever candidate debate in the state of Georgia, and we're recently recognized as the winner of the statewide competition, revamping the City Billy Badge, the request of Johns Creek Police, working with Girls Inc. to do a book drive, or with students at the Drake House, or with foster children who attend schools in the Johns Creek area, raised funds for hurricane relief that went to Puerto Rico residents, put together a 5K run where proceeds went to the North Fulton Community Charities. This is something that you've accomplished. And I think it demonstrates community collaboration flipped. You are serving our community, and I thank you for that. So I'm going to preface my comments because I did think I should provide some level of advice relative to leadership, but I will tell you this, I did not learn what I'm about to mention at your age. I learned it later, often through trial and error. Number one, Abraham Lincoln said this, commitment is what transforms promise into reality. So Ms. Sanders also talked to me about some of your amazing accomplishments in terms of where many of you are headed to school, some of the scholarship opportunities that have been awarded to you. And have I mentioned already that you already intimidate me? That list made me even more nervous speaking to you. But I will tell you this, that grades, AP courses, college entrances, those are impressive goals that have been met, but they are not the goal. Those grades and those AP courses are not the goal. If you think back to this quote, the concept of promise into reality, the promise is something bigger, and I can tell you that if you haven't found your promise yet, you will. You heard the quote, the man, which is called man/woman in the arena. Okay, I'm going to read it, and I think it's a long one. Please pay attention because I think it really relates. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, at who knows best, in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who, at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither knows victory nor defeat. Theodore Roosevelt said, the concept is this, that leaders take risks. Leaders fall down over and over, but they have grit, and they stand back up, and they dare greatly. So, student leadership students of Johns Creek, I will tell you, class of 2018, 19, and 20, you deserve to reflect, to celebrate, and of course to look forward. And I will just end by saying, in the words of Winston Churchill, never, never, never give up. Thank you very much.
Good evening. My name is Adiva Dutta, and I'm a sophomore from Chattahoochee High School. Our next speaker I have the honor of introducing and giving this lovely photo to is Mrs. McCain. She's a Fulton County School Board representative for District 5 and is also the school board's vice president. Before she served on the school board, though, she advocated for children's public education for over 12 years as a member of local school advisory councils and PTAs. She's done a lot for our community, as well as her daughter Meredith, who is a graduate from student leadership and currently attends Rice University. Please welcome Mrs. McCain.
Thank you, and thank you guys all for coming tonight. This is an incredible turnout. From the very first year that this program started, I have seen this continue to grow and blossom, and I will just say that you all are well on your way to becoming leaders, not only in the city, but I'm sure worldwide, so congratulations once again. I have the fun part of the evening. I get to give out some of the grad swag that you all be wearing when you actually walk across the stage either this year or next, depending on what year you are in the program. But I will just tell you that we also have, and I don't want to blow the introduction if someone else is introducing the area superintendent, but I will just say that you all made him look so good, he got a promotion. Dr. Jones, come on stage. I know that there's probably a student who's introducing you as well, but I just want to recognize that Dr. Cliff Jones has now been given the promotion of our Chief Academic Officer. So although I have enjoyed greatly working with him the last few years, he has such great talent and he has learned so much, I'm sure, from leading the Northeast Learning Community that now he's ready to tackle the whole district. So congratulations, Dr. Jones, and he's going to help me give out some of this bling that we're giving you all in just a minute. But once again, congratulations to all.
Good evening. My name is Judy Gopalakrishna. I'm a junior at Northview High School and a member of SLJC class of 2019. Being a part of SLJC has taught me about what it means to be a leader, and one of the most dignified in all of Fulton County is Mr. Clifford Jones. For the last 17 years, Mr. Jones has played a vital role in the success of our county, starting first as a social studies teacher, then going on to be the principal of Milton High School, followed by becoming the area superintendent, and now he's recently been promoted to be Fulton County Schools Chief Academic Officer. Furthermore, being the Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer, Mr. Jones designs efficient solutions to ensure student success in all Fulton County schools. On top of all of that, he plays a significant role in the functioning of Student Leadership Johns Creek. His successes inspire all of us to strive to be invaluable members of our community. Without further ado, please welcome me in joining and congratulating Mr. Clifford Jones. Thank you.
Students, when you look around and you see the support that you're given here tonight, it's a great time to reflect. Reflect on not only this achievement, but the many that you've had and the people that are behind you and supporting you on that journey. I look in this auditorium and I see people that you know, your parents, your friends, but people you don't know, your elected officials, your school board members, other academic leaders in the district, and we're all here for you. So thank you, supporters, and congratulations, students.
Hi, my name is Olivia Logan and I'm a junior at Johns Creek High School.
My name is Ryan Klattner and I'm also a junior at Johns Creek High School. We have the honor tonight to introduce the 2018 graduates of SLJC from Johns Creek High School. When your name is called, please come up to receive your certificate in your court. Peyton Anderson.
Sophia Gurin.
Janet Huang.
Maury McLean.
Spencer Olson.
Serena Parikh.
Julia Freemas.
Isabel Shmaria.
Avery Wexler.
Matt Wozniak.
Sarah Zhang.
Abby Hislop, who is unfortunately able to make it this evening.
Also, Anna Johnson, who is unable to join us this evening. Congratulations to all 2018 Johns Creek SLJC graduates.
Hi, I'm Nathaniel Alamayo, and I'm a junior at Northview High School.
Hi, I'm Madison Brown, and I'm a sophomore at Northview High School.
And we're going to be introducing the class of 2018 from Northview. Mina Shetty.
Caroline Custis.
Nidhi Tahia.
Danielle Goya.
Vidya Gopala Krishna.
Drew Hoffman.
Sneha Kadiyala.
Zavala.
Sylvia Tang.
Sean Varghese.
Pooja Vikraman.
Devansh Yerpude. Congratulations to the Northview class of 2018.
Sophomore at Centennial High School.
I'm Elijah Medwood. I'm also a sophomore at Centennial High School.
And we're here to announce the graduating class of 2018. Up first, Julia Green.
Kennedy Harris.
Freddie Hernandez.
Warren Ridley.
Joseph Scott.
Anna Smith.
Jacob Stetzer.
Christina Fabrizio.
Hi, my name is Erin Chang and I'm a junior at Chattahoochee High School.
And hi, my name is Suraj Paramanu and I'm a sophomore at Chattahoochee High School, and we are both part of student leadership at Johns Creek, class of 2019.
And we're both very honored to introduce the SLJC class of 2018 Chattahoochee graduates. Will Bracknell, Jake Brown, Melissa Demir, Kate Hawley, Josh Kim, Megan Kulkarni,
Sarika Mahajan, Ajay Majmudar, Nandita Ramasekaran, Rohan Bhupala, Alex Welch, and finally Christina Zhao. We would like to ask for all dignitaries, school sponsors, and principals to join the graduates on stage for a picture.
Johns Creek student leadership community for giving me this opportunity to talk to you guys about something that's been so important to me for the last 2 years. Where to start? In the recent weeks, I've had the privilege to be a part of the Johns Creek City Mural Project. I'm a student member in this committee that facilitates ideas and logistics involving a mural that is being painted in the tunnel between Starbucks and Panera. At the first meeting, we were asked what we thought defined the city of Johns Creek in order to help create ideas for what's going to go in the tunnel. And I didn't even have to hesitate. I knew right away that what defines Johns Creek is our diversity. This idea of diversity is not only supported by the pure demographics of our city, but can also be seen in the diverse passions and talents of its people, and especially its students. Which brings me to Student Leadership Johns Creek. Student Leadership Johns Creek has been the best outlet for my passion to be explored. Going into this program, we all knew that we were learning to be leaders, but we didn't know the extent that we would grow from this experience. The program has taught me not only how to lead and connect with others, but it has showed me how to lead myself by fostering an interest in being involved in the community, making connections, and following a passion. One of my favorite memories was the first year leadership project, in which my group from Northview High School went to Finley Oaks Elementary and taught a group of students about leadership. And looking back at this experience, I laugh because here we were, students, learning about how to lead ourselves, teaching students the mechanics of something we haven't even mastered yet, or would like to think we had. Yes, I can say that I took things away from this experience, like getting to help sweet kids. That was nice. But what I think I really liked was getting to feel like I was doing something to help lead in my community, and getting to feel like I was doing something outside of myself. For teenagers in America, learning to get outside of yourselves in our too often self-centered lives is a valuable task to learn early on, and something that I think I can thank Johns Creek Student Leadership for. Student Leadership Johns Creek has taught me how to lead myself and take control of my own narrative. My personal portfolio, resume, and LinkedIn project forced me to reflect and present. And the shadowing assignment gave me the opportunity to explore my passions again. I grew up watching shows like Law & Order and idolizing women like the oh-so-fierce Judge Judy. I don't know if this is the reason, but I've always liked criminal justice and law and society. Therefore, I was ecstatic to have the chance to, through Student Leadership Johns Creek, shadow the District Attorney of Cherokee County, Rachel Carnesale, and experience the process of a real murder trial. My passions were further explored in my participation in the Secretary of State Ambassador Program with my team members, Adiba Duda, Sarah McWhorter, Preeti Kathari, Nathaniel Alamayo, Aniruddha Gupta, Venetia Kudamari, Caitlin Jung, Liz Wong, and Olivia Logan. The Secretary of State Ambassador Program is one where students all over Georgia engage in a competition where they earn points for their level of political participation in the city. This includes everything from encouraging voter participation to, in our case, organizing the first ever mayoral and city council debate in the city's history and hosting a healthcare forum. We did end up winning the competition, and we could not have done so without the help of Student Leadership Johns Creek and Ms. Sanders. We are all so different on this team, and I think that's what made us work together so well. I would like to end by recounting with you all my favorite lesson from my AP Language Arts class this year, in which we read and analyzed Annie Dillard's The Death of a Moth. The piece discusses a lesson that a teacher read to her class about the memory of a girl who, while reading by a candlelight, observes a golden moth, quote, drop its abdomen into the fire of the candle, and in doing so, its moth, quote, ignite the tissue of the paper, enlarging the circle of the light. All that was left of the moth by the end of her demise was the, quote, glowing horn shell of her abdomen and thorax. The moral of this story is that if you throw your hearts or abdomens into your passion or fire, they will enlarge the flame and leave an everlasting glow on the world. And while I cannot stand here and say that Student Leadership Johns Creek has helped me decide my life passion, it did demonstrate to me that having a passion to immerse yourself into is necessary to lead yourself in a meaningful way. And I hope, well really I know, that each and every student here will fly into their own fires, and I'm excited to see the impacts of the kind of glow that will result. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Julia Green, and I'm a senior at Centennial High School. Throughout the past 2 years, my peers and I have been able to experience invaluable lessons as students and members of Student Leadership Johns Creek. We have gained important leadership skills that have shaped us into becoming the leaders of the future.
We have been energized to build momentum and get things done, and empowered by community leaders, corporate executives, and members of the community to be true leaders who can serve as an example to others. We have learned that being a leader and giving back to the community go hand in hand, each unable to exist without the other. A true leader is more than a title. It encompasses values such as honesty, respect, responsibility, communication, integrity, and ability to delegate. During the first year of the program, we had the opportunity to teach the students of Hillside Elementary School what it means to be a leader. We enjoyed listening to the City of Johns Creek politicians about issues that affect us as citizens. We were taught how to improve critical thinking, problem solving, communication, and how to work as a team and to build positive relationships with the people around us. In the second year, we were taught how to create a LinkedIn page, a resume, and a business card. We hope to be able to use all these great tools in 4 years. The most exciting experience of the program was when we all had the opportunity to shadow someone in the field we want to study. Since I want to study international business, I had the privilege of shadowing an executive from UPS. It was a wonderful experience that gave me true insight of what it is to work in a corporate environment. I would like to close with this quote from Nelson Mandela. "It is better to lead from behind and to put others in front, especially when you celebrate victory when nice things occur. You take the front line when there is danger. Then people will appreciate your leadership." Congratulations, class of 2018.
Good evening. My name is Srijya Gupta, and I'm a student at Chattahoochee High School. I would now like to welcome the class of 2019 onto the stage, starting with Centennial Group 1, Billy Badge Program. This group consists of Corey Braun, Max Lucas, Elijah Medway, Madison Bryant, Rain Hill, and Samir Namani. Please welcome them.
Bryant, and we are the Knights of Billy Badge. The main goal of our program was to work with the Johns Creek Police Department in redoing their Billy Badge Child Safety Program. In order to do so, we completely redid their website, adding photos and child safety videos to represent Johns Creek's diverse community. So we hope this will have an impact on the youth of our community, and it was worth it. Thank you.
One sec, audio's messed up.
Do it live.
Program that works with the Johns Creek Police Department that goes to elementary schools to teach children on real-world situations, such as what to do when you're lost, stranger danger, how to call 911 correctly, and how to cross the street safely.
The end goal for our project was to restart the Billy Badge program for the Johns Creek Police Department. What helped us do this was the group activities and strength quest training, which really helped us realize each individual's own personal talents and which helped them contribute in their own meaningful way, and this helped us to finish our project.
Billy the Badge has been almost completely revamped. We have modernized the website, making it more child-friendly. This was one of the main goals for our project, as children are the main audience of Billy the Badge. The Johns Creek Police Department has access to this website and can update it with event information and safety tips.
The Johns Creek Police Department also has access to the social media sites that we created for Billy Badge, where they can post event information where Billy Badge will appear.
So here's what we did. The goal of our project was to assist the Johns Creek Police Department in redoing their Billy Badge child safety program. To begin our project, we wanted to create fun and educational videos that would represent Johns Creek's diverse community. The safety videos cover the topics of crossing the street, addressing strangers, and how to call 911. With the help of our local police officers and kids from our community, we addressed important safety tips that all kids should know.
Thank you guys, that was amazing. And now I'd like to welcome Centennial Group 2, Hurricane Helpers. This group consists of Will McCall, Brady Williams, Bailey Havermill, Jenny Liu, Callan Swigart. Thank you.
Hi everyone. So before we show you our video, we are the Hurricane Helpers from Centennial High School. And this year our project was to fundraise money for hurricane victims in the Caribbean Islands. So as you all know, Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma hit around August and September of 2017. And Hurricane Maria is the one that hit the Caribbean Islands. So this was all about 8 months ago, but only 2 months ago in February, 1/3 of the population in Puerto Rico still did not have electricity. And finding clean water has been a big issue in many of these countries as well. So that's why we decided to do this project. It's still an issue that's going on right now. And I just wanted to mention that I'm really proud of our group because each of us were in charge of our own fundraiser. So there were like 5 different fundraisers going on at the same time, but we still all worked together and we helped each other out throughout the year. Our goal was to raise $500, but I'm happy to say that we raised more than $500, so we reached our goal. Yeah.
Sorry, audio problem again. Might happen a lot.